Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. I'm here where I normally am, first thing in the morning. I've done a number of vlogs from this vantage point, and as you can see today, the day is starting to break, but it looks like it's overcast. It rained for most of the night, so we'll see where today leads us actually. So what I want to do now is go through and do a book summary, and today's book summary is a cracker. I love these styles of book summaries. It's called Unbeatable Mind by an author named Mark Devine. It's a still morning, as you can see. There's no breeze. The flags on the harbour bridge, the flags on the MCA are limp. So this weather may hang around for a little bit longer by the looks of it. Anyway, so this book here will basically focus on the 20x concept, which basically suggests that we as humans are capable of a lot more than what we think we are capable of, and we can deliver and achieve a lot more than what we are currently achieving. So the author kicks off with an encouraging call to action, and he says that we should always meet our commitments, do more than it's expected of us, do things faster than expected, and achieve better results than expected. Do all of these with integrity and with little fanfare. So a simple sort of message, and this is a message that we can all learn from and continually remind ourselves of, because when I was young, the term being the quiet Australian, the quiet performer was something that was very, very, I guess, cherished, rather than the boisterous, loud unperformer. So the 20x theory that this author talks about, now we've heard about the 10x theory that another book that I've summarized talks about. So in terms of 20x, 10x, whatever x, whatever cubed you're looking at, it's an encouraging concept which says that you are capable of much more than you think. You can gain much more time than you have, and you can do much more than what you currently have and what your current dreams are. I remember years ago going to an Anthony Robbins seminar, and he said something that was quite profound and quite moving. He said that basically most people, in fact all people, will tend to overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but completely underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. So it's an important lesson, and it's a lesson which will continue throughout our lifetimes, that we underestimate what we can do in 1 year. We overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but completely underestimate what 10 years of focused effort can deliver. So the first formal point to come out of this book is where the author says that we need to learn how to control our mind rather than letting our mind and our feelings control us. There's a study out, and there's lots of studies out, there's lots of scientific studies out, and they all vary in what they say. But this study here from this book, where this author quotes, suggests that we have about 6,200 thoughts a day. Other studies have said that we've got 60,000 thoughts. Every second of the day we potentially have a thought or a decision process. So according to this author, we have 6,200 thoughts a day, and in order to make the most of our lives and the most of those thoughts, we are encouraged to adopt a winning mentality where we tame our minds and take more notice in terms of what we're thinking about, and to make sure that we're not losing control. We're not going off on tangents and indulge in disempowering thoughts and things that are not going to serve us. So it's basically all about taking control where you can and taming negativity. Because if you've got 6,200 thoughts, for example, as this author suggests and as this study talks about, if you've got those thoughts and most of those thoughts are negative, then you're going to have issues, and not only you're going to have issues, but the people around you are going to have issues as well. So the call to action from this author, from this text, is to try and tame negativity where possible. And to tame negativity means that we need to try and corral and manage our thoughts, and to make sure that we are empowering ourselves and serving ourselves with the things that we choose to focus on, rather than to work negatively and to basically put ourselves in a negative spin. His call to action, once again, another call to action, is to not feed the negative, disempowering thoughts and emotions. And if you don't feed something, guess what? Sooner or later, it will go away. It will go and find another place to dwell and another master to dwell with. So what we need to do, and it's a great sort of point, I love this point, is we need to be discerning with what you do, discerning with who you surround yourself with, and to take some time to analyze the things that you have in your life. Now, what icons do you worship? What images do you constantly have coming up in your mind? What music do you listen to? You know, what people do you hang out with? What foods do you eat? What substances do you abuse? You know, unless we sit down and be honest with ourselves and look at our environment and how we're surrounded and how we're influenced, then you're not going to be in a better position. So to be discerning means to be honest, to make choices which are going to give you a better tomorrow. And we all need to make those sacrifices. We all need to have that honest discussion with ourselves. We need to use our journaling to identify patterns, both strong, positive patterns, as well as those disempowering, weakening patterns, and make the necessary changes. It's great to have partners and to be a partner in each other's growth and development, and to do this with a good heart, knowing that, you know, we all have faults, we all have weaknesses, but if we can focus on those faults and weaknesses and try and at least change them or better them, then we're all going to be better off, because a better me means a better tomorrow. And not only it's a better tomorrow for me, but it's also a better tomorrow for the people who are in my life and in my social orbit. So the second formal point where the author focuses on is that we need to basically stop the flow of negative thoughts and become a better and braver version of ourselves. And to do this, we need to overcome the fears, the many, many fears, the irrational fears that we are infected with, the fears that we have inherited over time from from family, from friends, from our educational institutions, from the media. Who knows where we've been infected or where we've inherited a lot of these irrational fears. But we need to overcome these fears and become a witness to our negativity and to look for the root causes. Where did all of these things come from? And to try and prune them, nip them in the bud, change them, redirect them, so that we redirect ourselves from a negative mindset where we have disempowering chatter to a positive mindset where we've got more empowering chatter. So in order to do this, the author suggests that we develop our own positive mantra. We decide once and for all to have a better, a more positive future. So the author's last and final point to come out of this book is where we are encouraged to focus our attention on making the most of each and every moment of each and every day. As we've said time and time again, yesterday has gone. We no longer have yesterday. It's history. It's no longer relevant. All we have is the present and the potential of our future. But our future is only going to be a culmination, a concatenation of what we're currently doing. So the decisions we make now, the things that we are currently doing, once we add them end on end on end, will end up being our tomorrow and our future. So the author calls another action, and this action is to have a system of meditation, a system of prayer for those who are Christians. So we are asked to set up a space to turn off our devices, close our eyes, perform some breathing exercises, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, to settle ourselves and to spend more time setting goals, planning our days, executing our plans, and basically living our lives according to our own sort of plans, in partnership, of course, with God and His plans. So I think I'll leave it there. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club on this very still, peaceful day. Even though we've got the noise of the train station, I'm here in Circular Quay in this beautiful public space. And as I say, how lucky am I to get up every day, to get off the train and to be invited to be part of this view, this magnificent view, which changes every single day. The sky is different, the wind is different, the colours are different, the movements are different, the sounds are different, but it's what makes Sydney, what makes life unique, because God could have made everything exactly the same. He could have made every boat the same colour, He could have made every tree the same shape, every building the same shape, and the sky the same colour and every cloud the same. But in His infinite wisdom, for our benefit, He decided once and for all to make life variable and different, so we could all be different from each other, we could all be unique, and we could all have a different past, a different present, a different future, and a different life, and a different relationship with Him, and a different relationship with our environment, with each other, with our families, with our friends, with our work peers, so that we could have the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the positive, the negative, so that our life could move in a purposeful way, so we could enjoy creation and being part of creation, in our own unique way. So thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to coming to you again and chatting to you again. But this is Jim from Jim's 5am Club, signing off for another morning episode, and I look forward to coming to you tomorrow from a different place with a different message, and who knows where it'll take us, who knows what we'll learn, and the positivity of what we can incorporate into our skills base. Yassas, take care, and until we meet again, may God bless us all. Bye for now.